Hey everyone, welcome back. Now today's tutorial or lesson is going to be about drawing another fence, but this fence is going to be a barbed wire. It's going to be an old rustic barbed wire fence, and it's just using the basics, just like the last one, and the things that we can do with just basic shapes. It's just to help you to get started and get you on your journey. Now, what we're going to be using today, we're going to be using a ruler. Now the ruler is mainly for beginners that haven't done a lot of art before, or in some cases haven't done any art before. And that's just to help keep everything in perspective, and so you know where you are, and so you won't get lost so easy. Now we're going to be using HB pencil. Everyone's got one of these lying around. I'll be using a 2B pencil as well, but you don't need one of these. It's a bit darker and a bit softer. We're going to be needing a blending stump. Now if you haven't got one of those, that's fine too, because I'm sure you got one of these. Just a little old cotton bud. Everyone's got one of those lying around somewhere. As you can see, I've used that one. That's alright. Then we're going to have a brush. This is just my dusting brush, just for taking away all the crumb from the eraser. Speaking of eraser, we've got an eraser, just like that, and just for erasing. And I also use a pencil eraser, but you don't need one of these. It's just that I do quite a lot of graphite work, so it just makes it a bit easier for me. And I've got Old Faithful here. Now this here is, instead of using a kneadable eraser or a kneaded eraser, whatever you want to call it, this is just blue tack, and I use this for taking out a little highlights, a little bits and pieces, just to change the texture a bit, especially when you're doing wood, or you know, for anything. But it just helps. It's just another tool. And then of course I've got my little brush blender. That's just for little subtle things, you know, but it's a bit softer. But you don't need one of those either. Alright, well let's get started. So, I'm going to have my HB pencil, and we'll just draw a line. Just along there, just like that, just lightly. And we'll come in and we'll make a little mark there, I suppose, and then we're just going to go up 7 centimetres, and then we'll come over here 1.5 centimetres, 15 mil, just like that, just lightly. Yeah. And draw across there, just doing these lightly. Alright, now we'll go another 7 mil there, 7 centimetres. Got to get me centimetres and me millimetres sorted. Alright, there we go up there, 7, and we'll do the same, 1.5 centimetres, 15 mil, and we just go up there like that. Now of course you could do this freehand, it's entirely up to you, but like I say, it just makes it a little bit easier when you're getting started out. Now, because this is a barbed wire fence, we're going to have to put a brace across here. That holds it, stops it from, when you strain the wires up, from falling over. So, and because we're using hardwood timber, so about halfway, just going to draw a line across there, just across there like that, just a halfway point. Go up there like that, up there like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. It's an old rustic fence. And we just get our eraser. We're going to take that little bit out, and that bit there. Yeah. Now I might just use this one. It's a little bit easier for me to use, but you don't need that. All right, we brush that away, and then we're going to go in. Just use your HB If you've got a 2B, well, use your 2B. Now the other thing, because we can easily smudge the work, we put down a bit of paper. You just go in here, just hold the pencil as flat as you can get it, like this. We don't want to be using the tip. We just want to be using the side of it. Just trying to keep things in focus there. Alright, so just go lightly, just down that line. Alright, now actually, what we should have done, but it doesn't matter, is just that line, we just want to draw down that line with the pencil. The line that we did with the ruler, we don't want a straight line. There's no straight lines in nature, so to speak. Alright, so we're just going to go down here, just slowly. Takes a bit of getting used to, but that's alright. Do the same here. It's all about practicing. It doesn't matter if you go off. It's actually better. Oh, see, it actually makes it even better. Go around here, and then one continuous line, just slowly, just at your own pace. Don't rush. Just press pause if I'm getting too far ahead of you. That's easy. Now, next thing, I turn it around. I like to go with the flow. I find it's easier for myself. Just do the same one like that. I find it's easier to go with the flow rather than trying to go across. Like for example, I'm going across here like that. Well, I'd rather do it that way. Now, the next thing, now we'll start to shade it in. So just little sort of circular motions. And now we're going up and down, and that's going to give it the texture that we're after. Oops, it's alright, we can rub that out. To start with, if you're not comfortable going like that, just go up and down. That's all you got to do. And don't have to go all up and down the rump, you can go over here and over there, because we're creating the texture of the post. Yeah. Now as we get more familiar with this, you'll find it'll get easier. It's all about practicing every chance you get. And you'll get better at it. I guarantee it. Now just along the sides here, we just want to make that a shade darker. Just a shade darker, and down here. And I'm going to rub the little bits out. Going over the side there, over the edge a bit, but that's alright. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now, just rub that off. And blend, take that away. Now, when you look closely at this, you'll see that there's a little bit of, imperfections or just little blemishes. That you're automatically going to make them. It's just something to do with the pencil on the paper. It's just how it's going to be. Now each one will be different. Yours will be different from mine, but they're in there. See, like little dots like that. They just make up the texture. Like it's doing it for you. It's there. You just got to find them. And they're not hard to find. Now the reason why we're doing it a little bit darker on the edges is because that gives it the impression that it's round. See, the darker looks like if it's darker, it looks like it's further away. So that makes it look or appear to be round. So there we've got a round post. Alright, now we're going to go in with our blender. And just lightly go over that. All we want to do is just soften it. And already I can see, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, on the screen, but little dark bits like this, look. And that's what makes up, that's what makes the post, gives a bit more realistic look, these little things, you see them on them, look. Yeah, they're all over it. Alright, now we'll move on to the next one. Same thing, we hold our pencil flat and just, I'm doing little circular motions, but as I say, just do it how you're comfortable. And just, it's all about practicing. People don't realise, and I say to people that, anyone can learn to draw. If you can hold a pencil and write your name, you can learn to draw. You just got to want to enough. But having said that, when you first started to write, you started to learn the alphabet, you didn't just pick up your pencil and start doing ABC or writing your name. You had to learn how to do it. It took time. And art, drawing, I refer to drawing, but is exactly the same. You don't have to be gifted or talented or have parents that were artists. You just got to want to do it. Alright. Right, now we're just going to go in here again and just get our little blending stump and just slowly go over that, just lightly, just really lightly, and that brings out a little more imperfections and just giving it the texture that we're after. And like I say, yours will be different from mine. And don't forget, just pause when you want to pause and take a break, have a look at it. A little bit darker along there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to use, I'll just show you. See, look. See, all you're doing is just pushing the graphite around on the paper. That's all it's doing. Just make it nice and soft. See? Just make it nice and soft. Righto, now I'm going to turn it around because, like I say, I like to work in the same flow as the grain, rather than trying to go that way. I can do it that way, but it's just, for me, it's more comfortable. So whatever's comfortable for you. Once again, put the pencil flat, just like that. Just like that. Yeah. I'm just going lightly. Okay. Now generally, it'll be a little bit darker on the bottom here. And the reason, of course, is that the light source, which could be the sun or whatever it is coming from the top or the sides. It's not coming from the ground. It's just not possible, is it? So that's why that's a little bit darker generally. Anyway, we just put that in for effect anyway. Okay. Put my blender in there again, just softly. Okay, there we go. Now I'll turn it back around again. Now, because this old fence, an old rustic barbed wire fence, is made from hardwood, timber. So you can't bang a nail in. You've got to use wire. So we're going to have to drill a hole. So we're going to drill a hole through there. Look, there's a simple hole to drill. Wasn't hard at all, was it? Another one over there. Another one over there. And then we're going to run a wire through there. The wire goes through there like that, and it goes through that post, the top rail, the post, the top rail, and then for the purpose of this exercise, it'll be tied off on the other side. Alright? Great. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, because it has to be all held together, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to run a wire, cross wires, just tie it all in. So we're going to drill another hole, one there. We're going to drill some more holes. One there, one up there, and one over there. Then we get our ruler, go from there to there, and we just run just a light line, just a light, like that. Same over this side. Now I put the pencil in the mark where I want it to, and then I just slide the ruler up to it. Just makes it easier to get it in the right spot. And just lightly, like that. Okay, now, because it's old number 8 wire, what we're going to do is we're going to make it sort of look a bit more like old number 8 wire. So, you know, that stretches, and so it's not going to be straight like that. We're just going over it. Now what we do is we're just going to go like this. We're sort of staggering it. Just like that. And we miss out little bits here and there. And that sort of gives the illusion or the impression that there's a bit of moisture on there, or a bit of sunlight. See, just like that. Just randomly, you don't have to do it, you know, in any sort of uniform way, because we want it to look more realistic. Now, we're going to have to tie it off. So that wire is going through that post, and it comes out the other side, and then it'll come like this, look. And then we've got to tie it off, so we go scribble, scribble, scribble. Well, that's squiggle, squiggle actually. And we do the same there, look, like that. And we go squiggle, 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 down. And that's tied off. Same over here, through that hole, around the other side. Run it up there. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Flick down. Same there. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Flick down. Now she's all tied off. She's nice and tight, so it ain't going to fall over. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, because it is after all a fence, we're going to put in another post. So we'll just run a line, let's extend that along a bit, hang on a minute. So we put that there like that, and go to there like that, and then through like that. And we're going to come another 7 centimetres from there to there, and we'll just draw another line like that. Up there, like that. And we'll make it the same width. 15 millimeters, 1.5 centimeters, like that. Yeah. Now this one, we're going to make it a little bit different, in the sense that we're going to make a little triangle. See, just another shape. Just another shape. Alright? Now, we're making it like this because this post, they were saving a bit of money, I suppose, so instead of having a whole post for each one, you know, they found out a way to split them. So they split them into quarters, and it's called a quarter round. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so, yeah, just another shape. And then what we're going to do, just going to do the same. We're going to go over that line. So we don't like, you know, as I said, we don't like these straight lines like that. No such thing in nature. You've got an edge, but you don't have a line. So just blend that in like that. Alright. And we're just going to, because this has been split, that's obviously not, you know, exact or anything like that, and it's not supposed to be. We just look in here and we'll just go down and make up the grain. We'll put these in the makes the texture, which is going to give it the grain that would be in the actual split post. Alright, now we're going to go in with our blender, just blend all that, soften it all up, just like that, just very lightly. And then we go back in and we pick out these little bits in here. Look, as I say, excuse me, each one will be different. Each drawing is different, they're never the same. It depends on the paper you're using, and also the pencil, everything. So it doesn't matter, it's all good.
Might be a bit of a split going in there too. Like that. These are all old posts. Alright, now we're going to just go in and blend that in a little bit as well. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in some wires. This is where the barbed wire comes in. That's going to come across here. So I'm going to use a bigger ruler, and we're just going to go, we want that fairly high. So we'll go about there. Now, how the wire works is it goes on the outside of that post, and we go through there and stop right there, because we're going to go through that post because it's a hard wood, so they have to draw or drill a hole through it, and then we go through and we go to about there, like that. Right, and then the next one, we just sort of space them out even. We're going to have 4 wires going across, so they don't have to be exact, but just space them out. So we go across there, stop there, and then from there across there, stop there. Okay, and then we do another one and go across there, stop there, and then from there, stop there. And one more. See, they're just spaced out. They're not. I haven't measured them, but whatever. Look. So we go across there in front of that post and stop there, and then from there on the other side through there and stop there. So what have we got? We'll just have a quick look at what we roughly. That's about 15. Yeah. So around about 15, a little bit less. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, now, what we're going to do now is we're going to just darken that up a bit. We're going to put, this is the holes where the wire's going to go through there and out that side there. So we just put some little, I'll just darken that up a bit too. Just so we know what's going on, so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, put a little hole there, and then the wire comes out there, and there, and there. Alright, now we'll just bring this through here. So the wire's poking out there, and we'll make this one go right through to there, to the edge. And we just want it, we don't want a straight line. Now because barbed wire is actually made from about, I don't know, 2 maybe 3 strands of wire, and the barb is actually woven into it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go just out a little bit from this post, just a little bit out, and we're just going to go like this. We don't want one continuous line, because if we do it like this, just sort of stagger that, it's going to look, it's going to look like there's more than one wire there. Just gives it a bit more of a, and we're just going to put a little hole there and another little hole there and do the same. Just like that. Yeah. Like that. And out there. And do the same here. Just backwards and forwards, just like that. Just slowly taking your time. Remember, it's all about the journey. And don't be scared to make mistakes. Hey, we're using the pencil, we're using graphite. And if we make a mistake, that's too much of a mistake, we think it is anyway, well, we can just rub it out. So there's no panic, no stress. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. There you go, look. And there. And then there's a little hole there. Well, that's probably, anyway. And another one there, but it wasn't there. Just where the wire's gone through the post and out the other side. Alright. Yeah. Through there, and out there. And one more. Just gently. Oh, went off a little bit there, but that's right, we can just rub that out. And there's a little hole there, another little hole there. And come along here. There. Yeah. Alright. Now of course if we do make a little mistake we can just go in with our eraser and see, you just use an ordinary eraser, you don't need to have the flash ones. Just like that. There. Get the old brush out and brush away the eraser crumbs. Alright. And we just sort of go back in there, but see, you notice if we I'll just use my pencil eraser, but just go in there like this. I just want to show you. And we just sort of like that, and just even just miss little bits out, you know, and that sort of gives the illusion of even take a little bit out here. Gives the illusion that there could be a little bit, like a bit of water on there, or yeah, a bit of moisture, a bit of dew, sunlight reflecting off it, you know. Right, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the barbs on. So now that there actually is a little bit close, so what we're going to do in this case, we just go in there, and the beauty of having, you know, as I say, the beauty of having the drawn with graphite is you just rub it out. Look, I'm going to make that a bit smaller. No problem. You've got to make mistakes. It's all part of it. That's how you learn. Yeah, we'll just make that a bit thinner. Yeah. Who's going to notice? Only you know. Alright. Now, we're going to do the barbed wire, and that's very easy. So we're just going to start off, we're going to start off here, right, at one end. So we just go flick up like that, and then we go squiggle, 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 down. Alright, and then one in there, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. And we go one more in there, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. And then up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Look at that, now we've got some barbed wire. Now we don't want them to be in line with each other this way, so we're going to stagger them. So we're going to go flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Then flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Then we go here, squiggle up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. And then over here we go down to the next one, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Yeah, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. There we go, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Well, that one's a bit big, but oh well, we can rub that out. And then flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. 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 And one more, flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. 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 And flick up, squiggle, squiggle, down. Well, there you go. You got your barbed wire fence. Now, how easy is that? Anyone can do this. You just got to take your time. You know, pause. If you're working along with me, like I say, just pause it and go back in and do what you have to do, you know. It's not a race, it's not a competition. It's your drawing. You just take your time. Alright, now, because this one here is sticking out, we're going to make it a little bit different. Well, it's broken off somewhere down over here somewhere, I don't know. Next post, I guess. But anyway, we're going to go round like this. Stop there. Go behind the post. Back out and around. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll go over it again, just how we did the rest of them. Just like this. Now I shouldn't remember, I keep remembering, well I've got to remember to keep putting that paper on there because otherwise I'm going to smudge it. Yeah, just like that. And around there. Around here. There'll be sort of like a couple of little strands there where it's broken. Now we're going to put in the barb. So we're going to go flick up, squiggle, squiggle down, flick up, squiggle, squiggle down, flick up, squiggle, squiggle down, flick up, squiggle, squiggle down. There'll be another one over here. Flick up, squiggle, squiggle down, and flick up, squiggle, squiggle down. Maybe one more there. Flick up, squiggle, squiggle down. And then we have our barbed wire fence. Now, that's the basics of it. And like I say, you can put as much time into it as you want, or as little time. It's entirely up to you. I like to do a bit more extra things on it because that's how I like to draw. I like to get the detail. So I'm just going to go and make it a bit darker around here. Because it's not fitting exactly right. It's been, as I said before, it's been cut with an axe. Or been hacked out with an axe just to get everything in the shape so everything fits. Sort of think how they would have thought back in the days when they were doing these. Alright, now I'm going to go back in again and just sort of pick out some of these little imperfections or blemishes or and just go in there. I'm going to smooth it off a little bit. I'll use me cotton bud. Just go in there. It's just to soften it a bit. And just remember the bottom part is always a little bit darker because of the light. Now I'm going to work across here and just come in here. Like that. And yours will be different from mine, that's fine. It's not supposed to be the same. I mean, I've done heaps of these, obviously, in my classes and that, and they're never the same, they're always different. Which is good. I think that's why I never get sick of art. I've done so many different jobs, I've had businesses and and you sit out and you put everything into it and you get to what you want, and you achieve what you want most of the time. And then I used to get sick of it. It used to drive me nuts. I wanted to go and do something else. Well, art's the only thing I've ever done that I've never got sick of doing it. I think that's the reason why, because it's just, nothing's ever the same. Not when you're drawing anyway. Yeah. Now what I'm just going to do over here, just remember just try and make it a little bit darker on the side there. Be a little bit darker in there, and then down here like this. And then this one here. Oh, I know what we've got to do before I forget. Right, now what we're going to do, and I'll use my HB. Now the wire, see how it goes there. Now just a little bit past there, and then we come around like this. And then that wire goes around that post, obviously, and then through there, and comes out here, and then we tie it off. And it's the same process. We go squiggle, 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 and down. Same here, around there, like that. Squiggle, 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 down. Yeah, that one there, same. Come out here. From the bottom up to the top, squiggle, squiggle, down. Same here. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see that one, but it's there. There you go. Now sometimes what I like to do, this is where I use my needle eraser. I like to just go and just shape that, just like that, Where are we? There. Yeah, that'll do it. And we're just going to go and just take a little bit out. Just random, and don't overdo it, just, sort of creates little highlights. like that. A bit over here. Yeah. And that gives it another dimension, a different texture, just, you know. And we go in again with our, I'm going to use my brush blender, and just go in there and just make that nice and soft. Yeah. Simple. How easy is that? You just take your time and enjoy it. And of course we can keep going back in here and doing a bit more here and there, finding a bit more detail to put in. Look at that, that's entirely up to you. It's your drawing, put as much or as little as you want into it. Alright, now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to put in some ground. So we just go hold the pencil on the side. I'm using a 2B, but you can use an HB if you haven't got a 2B. And you just go, we're just going to go along here. Yeah, just like that. And you have to go all the way down, there it is. Yeah. Go in with our blender, just soften all that up. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to put in some bit of grass over here. Just flick up, flick, flick, flick. And we'll put a few dots on there. Just gives it the bit more realistic look about it. There, flick, flick, flick. A couple of flicks there, and one over there. Over there, there. Yeah. And dots in there. Alright. And we'll put some over here, we'll put some just like that. It's just little blades of grass, just random. You don't want to do too many. It's just your eyes will pick it up and they'll work out the fact that it's a grassy area. You don't need to put much in there. And just go a little bit under those just to give it a bit of, to ground them sort of thing. Very basic drawing, but it's just with the basic shape, just to get you started. And I hope you've been drawing along. And just pause it, I say just pause it. And yeah, and we might just sort of darken that up a bit so we know the little triangle shape there. Give it a bit of a tidy up around the edges. Yeah. Now if you don't like something, that's the beauty also, well, like I've said before, but the beauty is you can just take it out like we did here. Maybe you just say, oh, I might just make that a bit like that, a bit rounded. And you can do that. Well, anyway, that's drawing number 2, and I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you actually drew along with me. And if you want to post it, show me, send it to me, and I'll have a look at it. I love looking at them. And yeah, just subscribe if you want to do some more drawing with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.